So the first one we're going to take a look at is Starforce9's system, and I've actually got this in split screen mode. So right here, oops, right there is their Homelab, and then over here on the right hand side is going to be what they sent over. And after a little bit of a debacle last week, I decided to create another instance of memos in Casa OS, just so that I can copy everything over here and not have to worry about, you know, sharing email addresses and that sort of stuff, names, email addresses, whatever. So anyway, but this, of course, I say that, and this is on their blog. So this again is Starforce9. This is their Homelab, and it says starting from the top, we've got an unused 4U server with a Rosewill chassis that was a cloud gaming system using parsec, Steam streaming, and Moonlight, but has since moved to a new system. Currently, they've got a Dell R210 or R210 II, which is a Pfsense router, which is going to be this guy right there. Let me actually zoom in on that a little bit. Oops, of course, if I do one, it's going to do both. Isn't that dumb? Dude, Frutal. Dude, you are the sterling PDF guy. Thank you so much for hanging out, for joining us. Please, if you want to put that video on your page there, that would be amazing. I'm all about sharing love in the community like that. So please. And we said, this is a home system? Apparently it is. This is in somebody's basement or bedroom or something. Hopefully away from where people will be. I can't imagine how loud this thing might be when it ramps up. Anyway, so this Dell R210, which is going to be this guy right here, is a Pfsense router, firewall handling openvpn and primary DNS functions. This lab network is separate from the main household network, and this Pfsense router is the entryway to the lab. That's cool. I dig having that separate. I actually don't do that. Everything that's on my Homelab is accessible from anywhere in my network. It's all on one network. It's a terrible idea, but that's what it is on my end anyway. And below that, it says currently unused HP disk shelf connected to the Supermicro server below it, which is we've got our HP disk shelf right here after a couple of U's of unused space there. And then we've got the Supermicro server right below that. And it says it's got TrueNAS Core on it, with two Xeon E5 2620s, 128 gigs of ECC DDR3, three 10 terabyte WD Gold hard drives for Plex primary media storage, with a ZFS RaidZ1, and three 1 terabyte Hynix SSDs for VM storage, also in a ZFS Z1, and three 8 terabyte Reds for VM backups and other PC backups. I dig that, again with the Z1, and a 120 gig Intel SSD boot drive, which he says is old. So that's cool, and of course that's we're only like halfway down here. But I want to come back to comments, see if I've missed anything. I feel like having two usual towers with 16 cores. Frutal I installed and fiddled with it earlier, worked pretty well for me. It is a Homelab. Frutal is one of my current favorite containers. It's super full featured. In my past work life, I've sold enterprise class PDF editing software. Great job. Yeah, dude, I'm really stoked on that whole system. I did add some additional stuff to the comment section of that video, where somebody had shared how to add some environment variables to turn on like a authentication, username and password. So if you want to add authentication to that, I don't know if Frutal has that on their information, but somebody put it in my comment section, so I pinned it. So yeah, let's see what else we've got up here. We've got a custom 4U server. It was my first Proxmox host, another Rosewill chassis. I really wanted one of those for so long. Now it doesn't make sense for me, but it also has an Intel Xeon. This is a 1230 V2 with 32 gigs of DDR3 ECC and 220 gig SATA SSDs for boot and RAID1. The next two are identical. We've got Dell R631U Proxmox hosts with 64 gigs of DDR4 ECC, 2 Intel Xeon 2643V3 CPUs, and 2 ADATA 120 gig SSDs for boot in RAID 1. Man, this is such... I can't imagine what your power bill is on something like this. Hey, Jorge's here. Frutal says documentation needs work, but it is there. But lots of scrolling. Right, I was actually wondering like what the power bill on a system like this would be. I can't imagine. With some of these having DDR3, I imagine they're older systems. I'm not really good with some of the Xeon naming conventions and like what generation they are, that sort of stuff. I never got into the Xeon stuff outside of the one that's in my NAS. Video, great product. What do you mean the sound is gone? Is the sound gone? He sounds fine. Okay, I don't know. That's weird. All right, thank you. Okay, and that's of course these two down here that we just took a look at. Those R631Us. We got a 10 gig switch, which is a MikroTik, I believe is how that's pronounced. It's the CRS13 or 317 1G 16S plus RM. The 3 Proxmox hosts and the TrueNAS servers are connected through there. Must be on my side. Okay, volume at max. On my end, but I can hear it. It was gone. Okay, now in fairness, Collins, I talk really fast and I talk a lot, so it makes sense that somebody might be confused if there was some downtime. So, and then let's see, what else do we have over here? We talked. Oh, wait. We've got a 1 gig network switch. Below that, that is a Cisco SG320, handling IPMI, iDRAC, Proxmox management ports, and other low bandwidth services, and a TrueFlight 1500 VA UPS. Server rack is a 25U Rosewill. And for running public things like the site, I've achieved dedicated Proxmox host in a data center. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's cool. I dig that. With, again, a beast of a configuration there. For $33 a month. That's actually not bad for some rack space in a data center.